Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Monday, March 16th, 2026. And this is episode number 1041 of Barry on Deck. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the program. Look, it looks like a pimple. Oh, hold on here. Nope, no pimple. It's just red, I guess, from my glasses. Oh, you know what it is? So your boy sleeps with a Breathe Right nasal strip, used most nights, because I have a deviated septum in its back. I had it fixed once, just like I had LASIK, still wear glasses, have my deviated septum fixed, and it's back, so it can't sleep. So sometimes I tear the Breathe Rights, because those things stick good. Sometimes I tear those off too fast, and it jacks up my nose. So first I was like, damn, I'm going through puberty again. Well, welcome to the show. Good times ahead. Lots to get to today, but we start with, oh my God, it's been so long. I mean, it's just been since almost 2025 since we've done this. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the program. Greatest mother in the whole wide world. She's better than yours. Ladies and gentlemen, your favorite JennyIsMom, everybody. Hello, Mother.
It has been a long time.
It really has.
Oh my gosh, since I think before I went to Egypt.
Yeah, you've gallivanted around the globe since last we talked. How have you been? First of all, tell the people what you've been up to.
Well, I came home from Egypt sick, and I'm better now, so I'm still kind of recuperating.
I was a little worried. I had so much going on, but you were sending me updates, and then they ceased, and I was like, do I need to send a search party to Egypt? What is happening? How'd you get sick, first of all? What the hell happened?
Well, first of all, the first time I got sick, we'd been there about 3 days, and I got the old turista from either the water or the food, and I was like,
oh, the turista.
Oh,
it was bad.
Awful. For 3 days, yeah. And then we canceled one tour in Cairo, and then we flew out to Luxor. And after the third day, I was better. And then when I got home, I had some lung infection. I don't know what it was. And I had that for about a week, got on antibiotics, and then I gave it to Paul.
Oh, shit.
He was real thrilled. So he was sick. So anyway, we're okay now. We were just glad to get our foot back on American soil.
Yeah. Just in time too, right?
Oh, it was an awful trip over there. It was just.
Yeah. Tell the people what happened. You told me about this, and I was just like, oh my God.
I even recorded it. I mean, first of all, I told you this, but you
didn't tell the people, so tell them, because
okay. Well, when we flew out of Houston, we were on the tarmac for 3 hours before our plane took off, and we were in these seats now on Qatar. I think they're 23 inches wide, and we were in the middle aisle, and there were 6 crying babies around us, and they cried that whole 3 hours. Then we took off. And they kept crying. And then we were in the air for 14 hours. So by the time we got to Qatar, we'd been on the plane for 17 hours. And the babies never quit. Every while they would stop from sheer exhaustion. It almost got comical. We passed the stage to where we were irritated. It just started being funny. So I started recording it because I thought nobody will believe this. Anyway, we got to Qatar, almost missed our flight, and then we had a 3-hour flight to Cairo. But luckily, I had gotten this email that said, "Hey, if you want to go first class from Qatar to Cairo, you can do it for an extra $400 for the both of you." And I went, "Sign me up."
You're like, I
No
am
crying
in.
babies in first class.
Oh my God. You don't even know, Mother, how angry I would have been. I just
Oh, I know.
oh,
And there was no place to go and
I know.
nothing to do about it.
So I
Nothing.
took a bus trip so I've already been on 3 cruises now. And the third one was a week after I got back from the first 2 weeks. And I took a bus down to Galveston because you can catch a shuttle
Right.
at IAH down to the port. So Nora
Oh,
would
that's
just
good. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
Nora
good.
would just drive me to IAH, drop me off at Terminal A, and I had already, scheduled it, and then they have a bus for you. It's either a bus or like a shuttle van thing. But
Yeah.
this one was a bus, and 4 of the noisiest, talkative ass and stupid. These kids were so fucking stupid, Mother. Oh my God. One of them said he was worried that we were going to have a lot of turbulence on the bus and fall out of the sky. I was like, the fuck? Yeah. One of them, he was like, oh, look, what is that? And the grandpa was like, it's a dog. He goes, a dog? He goes, that's right. He goes, meow. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, this kid is fucking doomed. But they talked and I was livid. I was so mad. That was an hour and 20 minutes.
Can you imagine
3 hours plus the flight? Oh God, I'd have jumped out of the plane. I would have
17 hours. And it was what we put on our earphones and tried to watch movies. But the one in front of us, that was the cryingest kid. He screamed and screamed. He didn't just cry, he screamed. And finally, even the stewardess came over and tried to take him and stop him from crying. The only time he would crit in the whole 17 hours was when he was so exhausted, he would fall asleep like this. And he would sleep for a few minutes, and then he would wake up and cry. And I thought, on the way home, it wasn't quite that bad. We had one crying baby, and I thought, if he doesn't shut up, I'm going to punch him in the face. He was behind us. And luckily, after about 20 minutes, his mom gave him a bottle, and he went to sleep.
And that was in first class?
No, we didn't fly first class. We just flew first class on the way from Doha, Qatar to Cairo. It was just 3 hours, but It was like heaven. I don't think I'll ever fly regular again. I went, oh yeah, you will on the way home.
Yeah, you will. You better settle down.
Crazy. Hey, we rode a camel.
Yes, I know. I was so excited. I was so excited when you sent me the photo. It was just amazing.
That camel. First of all, they gave me a camel that had a muzzle on his face. Now, what does that tell you? So they get me up on this camel, and you've been on a camel. To get up, they throw you. The camel goes down on his hind feet first and throws you forward, and then he goes on his back feet up and throws you back. Well, I didn't know that, so I almost fell off. And then we get up there, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm ready now. And this camel, he got a long neck, he takes it and he turns around and stares me right in the face. And I thought, he's fixing to knock me off. And it is a long way to the ground. I've got a video of that. I'll have to send it to you. The look on my face was like, shit. Just looked at it.
Oh my God.
Anyway, we rode for a little while. Paul goes, we're not going very far, are we? And the guy went, no. Well, that's good. But
yeah.
there are 30 million people in Cairo.
That's crazy. So did you have fun on the camel? Was it like, it was neat?
Yeah, it was an experience. We got the photo op and we got a video, and it was kind of scary. They're real tall. I mean,
now
like,
imagine racing one.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
No saddle.
I don't know how you even hold on.
You hold on to the hair on their hump. You just hang on to the hump. That's it. There's 2 ways you can hang on in a camel race. You either hang on to the hair of their hump, or they have a cage that you're on that is
Yeah,
like,
we were on a saddle.
no,
a
this
horn.
was a cage. I'm raw dogging this camel, just nuts to hump. I mean, just nothing in between except my pants. That's it. And you can hang on to the back of the cage. So your either hands are behind you like this or hanging onto the hump, but you got to like lean forward and it is and be lucky you don't have balls because man,
That would be tough.
I swore next time I
tell
did
you
it, I was
what.
going to get a hemorrhoid pillow and sit on that.
There you go. It was crazy. Cairo was. I tell you what. It had 30 million people.
It's old.
And Cairo, 30
I know,
million.
it's old. Cairo's pretty old.
And I think they were all out at the same time.
30 million
'Cause
people.
We would be driving down the street. We had a guide and a driver, but I just got to where I didn't look. I just looked out the window to my left and prayed. I prayed more probably than I've ever prayed in my life.
And you
Paul just
probably
kept
prayed
saying,
to all, right? You were praying to Allah. You
Honey,
were praying to
just keep
Jewish
praying.
Jesus, Christian Jesus.
Yeah, so very.
Mom's at the Wailing Wall like, please,
Yeah.
God, don't let us have to take another car trip, please.
Those roads are like 3 lanes across, but they make them 5 and 6.
Oh, yeah. That's
And
crazy.
so everybody's honking, nobody's within the lines, and they all converge at an intersection, 40 or 50 cars, and they're honking at each other trying to get through. Very few street lights. Just, you know what it reminds me of? Trying to get out of NRG Stadium when there's an exit for only 2 cars and there's 20 people trying to get to that.
merge.
That's what their streets are like. And I told Paul, oh my God, we didn't have a wreck. We had great drivers. They should be race car drivers. We had great drivers there and in Luxor and the other places. But
Now, this is going to sound bad, all right? And
Uh-oh.
I don't want anyone listening to think that I'm racist. But I have this thing in my head about like 2 places in particular. Well, I guess just like I've never been, but I've always heard that like when you go to India, like a lot of places just it stinks, right? Like Pasadena, you go to Pasadena, it stinks. There's some places like in New Jersey, New York area that just fucking stink. Is that how it was in like Cairo? Was it just
not
funky?
not in Cairo. But
Okay.
when we went down the Nile, we left Luxor, which is a beautiful city, and we were down the Nile, and we stopped at this place called Edfu, EDFU, I guess.
Oh,
And you go to get to this temple that you're going to go through, you have to take a horse and carriage.
what?
Yes.
You got to go Amish on their ass?
So there's horse and carriages lined up for I don't know how far, and your guide he gets on there with you, and Paul and I got on there, and I kept thinking, man, this thing looks like it's about to collapse. So we get
It's
to
an original horse and carriage from like 19 BC. Yeah.
and they're real tiny little horses. They're not big horses. They're small horses. So they look like they're about to die from starvation.
Oh.
And we get to this temple, and oh God, it smelled so bad because all these carriages and horses are parked, and the horses are pooping, and nobody ever cleans it up. And you have to walk through all that to get to the temple.
Ugh.
And I'm like, oh my God, just let me get back on the ship. That was the only place that was really, really bad. The rest of the time, we did have to catch some boats to get to places.
Really?
But the carriage and the boats were, it was, Barry, it was an experience. I mean, it was
Okay,
a great
so let me ask you this.
experience, but it also made me really grateful that I was born in America.
Was it, we talked about this on the show several times, and I'm so glad you went because this has been your lifelong dream.
Oh, absolutely.
More than anything in the world, I mean, other than wanting another version of me, that you wanted this.
I did. And I saw everything I wanted to see.
Was it everything you wanted it to be or expected it to be, or was it a
Yes,
bit of a
yes.
letdown? You know, sometimes they say you like don't meet your heroes, and then you meet somebody. Remember when Ralph Sampson wouldn't give me an autograph and you cussed him out? Stuff like that. I remember. I'll never forget that. You little son of a bitch! These boys have been waiting here. Oh, Jesus Christ, Mom, it's Ralph Sampson. He's 7'11". Mom's looking up. Let me tell you something, you asshole.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No.
You cussed out Ralph Sampson.
I must have been awful. That's
No,
terrible.
it was awesome. We were at a Rockets game. It was me, and I want to say it was either like Brett Childress.
It was probably Brett.
It was one of my buddies. But we sat there and waited and waited and waited, and then he walked right past us. And it was just like we were the only couple of kids there. It was mostly adults. And we were just like, Mr. Sampson, can we have your autograph? And he just kept walking. And oh my God,
I do remember
you
that.
got so mad.
Yeah, that made me mad.
And cussed him out. It was fantastic.
Well, I wouldn't have cussed him out, but
Yes, you
I
did.
probably told
I think you called him like an asshole or son of a bitch. I don't remember which one. I just remember thinking, wow. So was it everything that you wanted and hoped it would be?
Yes. The pyramids and the Sphinx, and we went to Tutankhamun's tomb, but the amazing thing was when we went back to Cairo the last day, we stayed an extra day and we got to go to that new Egyptian Grand Museum.
Mm-hmm.
It's on 40 acres.
God damn. And
it is the most magnificent thing I have ever seen. It is incredible. We spent probably the whole time just looking at all the stuff from Tutankhamun's tomb, which I thought was just one room, but evidently it was like 5 or 6 rooms. And the gold, I bet there was $500 million worth of gold just in what came out of his tomb.
Damn.
It was incredible. Everything was, we had great guides. I mean, I almost adopted one of them. He was
That's
wonderful.
just like
he
you.
was 32 and he called me Queenie and Paul King. And he took
He was
care
working
of
for them
us.
tips.
He wouldn't let anybody near us touch. I mean, he was awesome.
Really?
He was great. I still text him back and forth as I got home.
Oh,
But
that's sweet.
he was pretty good. But we had 2 great guides. But getting in the airport, everybody was leaving to go to Mecca for Ramadan.
Yeah.
And there were thousands and thousands. I'm not exaggerating.
Oh, you went during
lined
Ramadan?
up at the airport. They were leaving to go to Saudi Arabia for Mecca.
So
And there were thousands of them.
you didn't go during
And I
Ramadan,
thought-
did you?
And well, we left there the day before Ramadan started, but they were all headed to Saudi
Yeah.
Arabia. There were so many thousands of people at the airport. I almost started crying. I thought, I will never make it through this security guy. But the great thing about it was our guides knew somebody. They all knew each other. And they would just look and go, and they walk right on through.
Wow.
Like, okay. So
That
that
is
was
great.
awesome. But you know what, Barry? You talk about a stroke of luck. We were supposed to go during Ramadan.
Uh-huh.
And for some reason, remember those intuitions I have?
Uh-huh.
For some reason, that just rode on me. I kept thinking. So finally, I called my travel agent and I said, you know what? I really don't want to be there during Ramadan because all the guides haven't eaten and they haven't drank and they'll all be irritable and all the shop people will be irritable. Let's back it up a couple weeks. The day that Doha got bombed, we would have been in the airport that night while it was being bombed.
What?
We would have probably been stuck in
Are you
Qatar.
serious?
I'm serious. And I didn't realize it till we got home and that happened. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. This was Saturday? And I got to looking and I thought, oh my God, originally we were supposed to fly from Cairo to Doha at 1:00 in the morning and arrive in Doha. And that's when the bombing was during that 2 or
Where's
3 hour
Doha?
period
Where is that? Where?
in Qatar.
Oh,
So we
That's
had to
weird
fly
that-
from
that
Cairo
you-
to Qatar.
that's weird that
And
you
then
fly
it's,
to Qatar and then,
Then you
Like-
got to fly from Qatar to Houston nonstop.
oh,
And that's 15 hours. So it's like a 21-hour trip.
God.
I know. No crying babies coming home though. Thank you,
Oh, thank
Lord.
God. Yes.
We couldn't have done it. Paul would have been insane.
Yeah, I would have too. I'm telling you,
And, but
that's what
besides
scares me
the
about,
travel part,
Nora wants to go to Italy or Europe, and that's what scares, because I want to go. I want to go to
no. The trip to Italy, you fly straight from Houston to Rome. It's
well,
a
that don't mean there ain't no
breeze.
crying ass babies on that plane.
Well,
I'm
that's
telling you, man.
true.
And I have like noise canceling headphones that I put on, but I couldn't do it. I would literally try to fight the parents. That's the problem. And I'd be like, hey, it's you or the baby, but somebody's getting their ass whooped.
Well, you're just going to have to fly first class. Then you have to worry about it.
Oh, yeah, because I've got an extra $8,000 lying around to fly to
or
Italy.
more.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, maybe you'll get on one of those reload cruises from the U.S. to the port to Barcelona or Italy.
Probably not.
Because
I
a
think
lot of
it's
people
about
do
as
that.
luxurious as I'm getting, or as exotic as Honduras.
Hey, it's only 9 hours to Rome from here. That's not bad.
A
It's
flight?
8 hours, I think. Yeah, it's just nonstop.
Oh, it's just a whole work day.
We made that trip a lot.
But like, I don't understand. Like, who's taking their babies to like that on that kind of trip? Like,
And one
that's
of them was a
crazy to me.
newborn.
That's
One
like
was a
seeing kids
newborn.
at Hooters. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? What? This is adults only.
It was an experience I've never had, and it was a wonderful experience. But it was also an experience that I've never really been to a third world country like that. And
Is Egypt considered third world?
it's a developing country. It's considered to be a developing country. I don't know whether you call that third world, but it's called one of the developing countries.
Gotcha.
And I've just never seen that many people in one city in my whole life.
No shit, huh?
And
Yeah.
it's just, I talked to them about real estate, and that, they said most people rent, they can't afford homes. And so there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of high-rise apartments, and everybody's hanging their clothes out on the balconies.
That's
to dry.
crazy. So
And it just goes 8 stories, 10 stories, and they're just thousands of them. It's incredible.
did you ever feel unsafe? Did you ever feel like it was sketchy, or you holding on to your
No,
pocketbook?
not at all. Not at all.
Really?
Now, as usual, they're always trying to sell you something,
Yeah.
but our guides did pretty good about doing that. So,
Hey, Total Dallas, thank you for the $2 super chat. Total Dallas said first class layaway. Yeah, that's what I'd have to do. I have to start paying for that trip
if
now
I
so we
ever
can
did
go
it again,
when we're
if I
65.
ever did it again.
So I looked it up. Cairo is the 6th largest city in the world,
Yep.
and almost bigger than Sao Paulo, Brazil. So they're right there close, and Mexico City's just behind Cairo.
Right.
But this says 22.6 million.
Well,
But it's
you
like when
gotta
they say Houston's 4 million people, it's not. It's 6 because of all the suburbs and all that shit.
Cairo and Cairo and Giza, where the pyramids are considered all one metropolitan area.
Okay.
It's like 30 million people. But the pyramids were just
I was gonna say, what was
unbelievable.
your favorite of the whole trip? What was your favorite thing that you either saw, did, maybe food? I don't know.
Not the food. Wasn't crazy about the food.
Okay.
I would probably think the most fascinating thing to see was the Grand Museum that just opened. It took them 20 years to build it.
That's crazy.
And I've never seen anything like it. It was extraordinary. And then my second would, of course, be the pyramids and the Sphinx and all that. But we went to so many tombs. We went to the Museum of Mummies, and these are all the mummies, so we're told, that were pharaohs. And they all got stolen a number of years ago by somebody that stole all the mummies of the pharaoh, and they found them and they got them all back.
Wow.
And so they had this big parade through Cairo and Egypt to get them to the Museum of Mummies. And they built each one of their rooms like it's a tomb. So you go down into it, and each room, the pharaoh is there with some of his treasures. And then you go to the next tomb and the next. It's really, they really, there
That's
were
really
so many
cool.
thousands of visitors there.
I bet.
If something happened that, tourism is supposed to be, I thought it was their number one economy, but I found out it's cotton,
Really?
Egyptian cotton.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have thought that it was
I thought it
tourism
was
as well, but
tourism,
it's bed
but they
sheets.
say no. Yeah.
It's bed
But there's
sheets.
so
Got
many
it.
thousands of people there from all over the world. I mean, the pyramids were just buses and buses and buses. And, we were lucky. We didn't have to stand in long lines, but it's a trip of a lifetime. I'm so glad I did it. And it was
Good.
worth every bit of it. But
Good.
at 80 years old, it was a little tiring.
I
We
bet.
walked and
Yeah.
walked and went upstairs and downstairs, and yeah, it was
Well,
pretty
and you got those
extraordinary.
good ankles, so that's good.
Oh yeah, those good knees too.
Yeah, yeah, that back is in pristine shape.
Queenie had bad knees.
You're like, you know what? Maybe I will ride a camel everywhere I go. This is awful.
Oh my
Well,
God, and the camels are everywhere around the Sphinx. I mean, that's big business
I'm so
around
glad
the
you did it,
pyramid.
Mom. I really am. And
Me
it was
too,
worth you
honey. I
spending
am.
my inheritance. And I don't mind being broke.
Okay, well,
It was
it
worth
all
it.
went. No, it wasn't as bad
Yeah.
as you thought it was. I mean, as I thought it would be. But
Really? Was
yeah,
stuff that you would buy, like food or whatever, was everything expensive, cheap?
well, everything was paid for all
Oh,
in
really?
one trip. So the only time we had to buy food, we had to buy dinner a couple times at our hotel when we were in Cairo, but everything else was included in the
Wow.
pack in the trip that I planned. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. But the food, I'm not much on. I don't know what some of it was.
Egyptian food?
Yeah, I mean,
Would it be, I guess it would be considered like Middle Eastern cuisine.
it's kind of like Mediterranean food.
Okay, there you
Yeah,
go. Mediterranean food.
yeah.
Gotcha.
But it's got a lot of spices that I'm not familiar with, I guess.
Mm.
I know I was always asking for butter, and
Typical white woman. What is a spice?
they would look at me like,
You'd ask for
butter?
butter?
Can I have some
Do y'all have
butter?
ranch? I can just see you. Excuse me, sir. Do y'all have some ranch? Like, what
Well,
the
the other
fuck
thing
is this?
was on the ship, everything was buffet. And,
Right.
here I am with hand sanitizer, and I'm trying to keep us, from getting stuff and everything. And I
Oh,
would
trust
look
me.
over the buffet, and there were all these kids around the buffet picking food up, putting it back down, and doing this. And I'm like,
Yep.
oh, okay.
Yep. That's why I learned real fast, because that's all I eat on the ships is buffet. Because it's free. So,
Yeah.
but I learned real fast two things. One, you get two sets of silverware. One you put in your pocket, the other one you throw the silverware out and you use the napkin to hold all the utensils. Second thing you do is you get your food from the back of the tray. You never
Where
go
nobody
front.
goes.
That's right. You never go front of the tray because that's the ones that the kids can reach and touch and cough on and bleh.
I
They
know.
just had a cruise. The Princess, 150 people got the norovirus.
Oh,
I
no.
was like, oh God, that scares me to death. I mean,
It
I'm sure it's
happens
going to
on
happen to me at some
cruises.
point. I'm going to get sick on a cruise ship, but
Yeah, it happens on cruises. And I got whatever this respiratory infection I got, I still have it. I'm still coughing, but it
damn.
wasn't COVID. I took COVID test, took a flu test. Just,
Well,
I don't know
but
where I got it.
here's the thing though. I learned this from Nora. You can have COVID and the flu, and if you're past like a 2 or 3 day window, you won't register as positive for it. You
Oh,
have to
really?
catch that window. Yeah, you have to catch that window. But you could still, it can linger for weeks and weeks and weeks. So if you don't get tested like right away, you may not know
I
you ever
did
had
test I tested the second day we were back, but the thing that was scary
it. Yeah,
was
see,
the
but
lady.
how long did you have it? How long were you sick before you tested?
About 2 weeks.
Yeah, you were long past being able to test
Yeah.
positive.
No, I had only been sick 2 days when
okay.
I got the test. But the lady said, have you been around camels? And I went, yes.
She was like,
She
because you got a
said-
hump in your back. No.
This is what she said. You've been to the Middle East? I went, yeah, I just got back from Egypt day before yesterday. She goes, sounds like you've got MERS. You really need to go to the hospital and get tested for that. And I went, MERS? I looked it up and went, oh my God.
What the hell is MERS?
It's called MERS, Middle Eastern Respiratory something.
Syndrome.
But it can be deadly. It's
Middle
very
Eastern
serious.
Respiratory Syndrome is a viral respiratory illness
camels,
caused by the
Barry.
MERS coronavirus. First identified in Saudi Arabia in 2012. It's a zoonotic disease, meaning it's transmitted between animals and people, where the dromedary camel is identified as the primary source of infection in humans. Did you make out with the fucking camel, Mom? When he turned around and looked at you, did he cough in your face? Then you're like, oh, God.
I thought he was going to knock me off. Evidently, he spits at people because he had a muzzle on his face.
I told you they spit. I told you that, and you freaked out.
Or else he
I
spits
told you.
and bites. Mine's the only one that had a muzzle. But Barry goes, Paul goes, see, I told you we shouldn't be riding camels. I said, well, I'm okay. I don't have that. I'm good.
Good Lord. It says typical symptoms include fever, cough, shortness of breath, often leading to pneumonia. MERS is severe with a high mortality rate.
Yes.
Approximately 35 to 37% of reported cases have died. Okay.
I know. That's why it scared me so.
Jesus. It says transmission is usually done by making out with a camel. Well, that's good, Mom. I knew it. You made out with a camel.
I know. Golly. I got a picture.
Crazy.
Well, this one guy took a picture of Paul. He made the camel get on the ground and he wrapped a turban around Paul's head, set him on the camel and took a picture of it. He looked so silly.
That is so great.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. That is so great.
It was something else. But I'm glad I'm home.
That's fantastic. Well, at least you know you're not sick because of Beyonce's mom's gumbo. I heard apparently like her gumbo was not great and people were getting the shits from it, which I think is hilarious.
Whose mother?
Beyonce's mom. Beyonce.
Oh, kidding. What happened?
Her mom served gumbo. And people were like, ugh, tastes like the people were like talking shit about it and like saying it was awful.
No,
and
they all got sick.
I think some people got sick, but I think most of it was just like it tastes like it will give you diarrhea.
I don't want any more of that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh,
I was ready though. I had Imodium. I had a half a suitcase full of stuff.
I always said I did this one time as just a piece of content, but I took a picture of a box of Imodium. I was like, people always want to know what's the most important thing for a comedian on a trip. Imodium, because you don't want to shit your pants on stage.
No, you do not.
Don't want to do that.
I was dreading that.
I'll never do that a fifth time.
I was dreading that flight from Cairo to Luxor because I kept thinking, oh my God, it's the second day. And I'd had 2 doses of Imodium and I thought, Lord,
oh my
please
God.
just let me make it from one airport to the other, please.
Should have just do it on one of them kids.
Fine.
Give them something to cry about.
Oh.
Well, I'm
Man.
so glad you're safe, and it was so glad I'm so glad that you went.
Me too.
Donna said, is there a lot of curry?
Lots of curry. There's
Really?
curry. Well, not as much curry, I would say, as Coumadin.
Cumin?
A lot of that. Yeah.
What, Coumadin or cumin?
Cumin, I guess. Is it
Yeah,
Coumadin or cumin?
No, it's cumin.
A lot of that in their food.
Yeah.
But spices, I don't know. They have a weird way of making a lot of things. The safest thing I had, I would get an omelet.
Also a trick for the boats. When you're on
and
the
watch
ships.
them make it.
Yeah. When you're on the ships, that's another secret. Is like a lot of people go to breakfast and they just get the eggs that have been made. I'm like, nope, go to the omelet station.
Yeah, then you watch them make
always
it
gonna
and
be
you know
fresh.
it's cooked and fresh. And yeah.
Jet said hummus and tabbouleh.
Oh, hummus. I like hummus. Yeah, hummus is good. But for breakfast, they have all kind of foods for breakfast that I'm like, really? I mean,
yeah, that's that white people shit. Because I was the same way when Nora and I, after we started, got married and stuff, she'd have like refried beans for breakfast. And I was like, the fuck is that? That is a lunch and dinner thing. Nope. No.
They would have stuff. They would have a big
Mexican
salad
beans
bar for breakfast.
I was like, this is my white mind is exploding right now.
A salad bar for breakfast. Who eats
What?
salad for breakfast?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Fruit I can see, but
Total
anyway.
Dallas wants to know, what company did you book through?
Well, I booked through my personal travel agents, which is Laura Baker, but then her company books through a travel agent there, and I think it was called Nile Travel Agency.
Okay.
Makes sense.
There you go. Yeah.
And the first night we got there, we were so tired. We've been up like 30 hours. And so they said, the guide, he didn't speak real good English, but he said, we're upgrading you. And I had booked us in the Hilton Grand Nile, which is right on the Nile. It's a 5-star hotel. And I didn't want to stay anywhere else because the food, they had 7 restaurants, and I knew that the food would be good, and they have filtered water, and that's where I wanted to go. Well, he takes us to this other hotel called the Pyramid something. And I was so tired. I said, why are we here? Oh, we upgraded you. And I went, okay, we just wanted to go to sleep. The next morning I got up and I thought, why am I here?
Yeah.
So I called them and said, I want to know why we weren't where we said. Oh, we upgraded you. I went, no. There's more to this than that. I want to know, are you saving money by putting us in this hotel? And we paid for the grant. I want to know why. Well, I spent like a half a day raising hell with everybody. Finally, to come back, I find out that some president of some country in the Middle East came into Cairo, and they had to have half the hotel for him and all his staff and security, and a whole bunch of people got booted. So I made sure that we stayed there the last 2 days we were in Cairo. But anyway, that was the only.
Did you get some money back?
No, I didn't get any money back. They offered to give us a free car and go anywhere we wanted, and I went, it's okay.
No.
I was so sick.
I would have raised holy hell. I'm paying for this shit. This is my once in a lifetime trip. You upgraded me. Were you on the Nile?
We could see it, but we weren't on it. But we did have a big suite. And then when we did stay at the Grand Hilton, it was beautiful. The rooms were nice, very nice. But the hotel was gorgeous. If anybody ever goes, that's the place to stay. But it wasn't a big suite like we had at the other. So they tried. And I didn't want to be a Karen, so I decided, okay.
Sometimes you just got to go full Karen on them. Sometimes you have to.
That was the only glitch. That was really the only glitch. So
Cisco said his best friend's dad would just pull a Ziploc bag out of his pocket with pickled jalapenos in it for breakfast. Yeah.
You know what's so funny? I one more little story, and I'll let y'all go. But the little children would look at me and just stare. And I had, of course, gray hair, and I'm white, and there's hardly anybody white there, that's American. And this one little girl, we were at the Botanical Gardens, and I was sitting on a bench, and she was so adorable and precious. And she comes up to me, and she's just staring at me, and she reaches up to touch my hair, and I said, it's okay. She touches my hair, and then she starts talking to me in Egyptian or whatever it was. And so I said, do you want to learn how to speak English? I said, English? And she goes, English? And I went, so we're sitting there, and I'm going, nose, mouth. And she would repeat. She was so excited that she can say ear and nose and mouth. And her mama comes along, and she grabs her mama, and she looks at me, and she goes, nose.
Oh,
mouth.
That's so cute.
She was the cutest thing. But my God had said, when we go into these places, people are going to stare at y'all. And I went, why? He said, well, look around you.
Look around you dumb cracker.
Yeah, and they did. A lot of people stared, especially when we were waiting in line to go to the bathroom, that the girls would just stare, And
they don't see a lot of white people or what?
Not a lot of white, mostly foreigners. Foreigners from
Well,
all over the world.
you were a foreigner. That's
I know, but we were white foreigners. I mean, most people were from Asia, a lot of people from India, a lot of people from other Middle Eastern countries.
So not a lot of Europeans is what you're saying. Not a lot of
Europeans.
Okay.
Very few Europeans. Every once in a while we'd run into one. But
interesting.
I've been a lot of places, but that was very, very different. It was an amazing thing. So,
PB Dub said it's not wise to raise hell in a foreign country. Man, I'm raising hell.
That's why I didn't.
If I paid for it, I don't give a fuck. I want my shit.
I didn't want to be the ugly American, but I let my travel agent know I wasn't happy about it. She hadn't told her, so she was not happy either. But that was really the only glitch. She was great. She was always there for us. And, if we need anything, but we were very brave, I think, to go off and do that by ourselves at our age.
Pretty awesome. I'm super excited for you. By the way, the official language of Egypt is Arabic. Duh.
Arabic. Okay. I would ask my guide every day, how many steps today? He'd go, well, we're going to do 110 or we're going to do 66.
Jesus.
Okay.
Wow. That's a lot. Well, are you excited about your Cougars?
Yes, I got to say something about my Cougars. I'm so excited. I'm gonna look and see what the tickets would cost for the Sweet 16. I'm just gonna see because they're gonna be a Fertitta.
Getting cocky, huh? Sweet 16.
I'm hoping they'll make the 3-6. They're kind of iffy this year, so
yeah, they haven't looked great.
I would love to see them, huh?
They were 28-6 on the year.
Yeah,
that's
those three in a row.
Very un-Cougar-like.
Un-Cougar-like. Got
here's my concern about them is they have not played well against good teams.
No, they have not.
In fact, all of their losses were against ranked opponents. Tennessee was ranked 17 at the time. Tech was ranked 12. The 3 in a row was to Iowa State at 6, Arizona at 4, and Kansas at 14. Then, of course, they lost the tournament to Arizona, who was ranked 2 at the time.
And they beat Kansas in the tournament. They beat
Kansas was 14 at the time. They beat BYU, who was 16. And they beat Tech once, who was 14. Arkansas, they beat, who was 14. So they have some wins. Auburn was 22 at the time. They have some wins against ranked opponents, but it's just troubling when all of your losses are against ranked opponents. And not that you want to lose to like a Colorado or something, but
I know
it just shows you can't beat really good competition.
But Barry, those 3 they lost in a row. Every other day they played, and 2 were on the road and went home. That was a tough stretch. That was a real tough stretch.
Well, what do you think March Madness is going to be?
Oh, I know.
So,
but they're not going to be traveling. They're going to be in one spot. Sweet 16.
We're talking about kids. They travel in luxury. Hey, that's not an excuse.
I don't know. No, that was pretty tough. 3 in a row.
I do think that they'll get. I mean, I was looking at the bracket. They got Idaho.
Same bracket as Florida.
What's that?
They play A&M. If they win and A&M wins, they'll play A&M second round.
Yeah, it's St. Mary's and A&M. St. Mary's 7, A&M 10. Houston's 2, Idaho's 15. And then they would have to get through either Tennessee, Illinois or North Carolina or VCU or Penn if there's an upset there. Yeah. So usually there's usually an 11 seed that always has an upset in the first round. Almost always. So let me see last year.
I don't know if anybody's going to beat Duke.
Let's see.
Duke's really good.
Last year.
The ones that are number 1 seeds are all really, really good. U of H, they've got 2 freshmen that are learning as they go. And I think they make freshman mistakes a lot. And, they're good. And they'll be drafted. But they've got a lot to learn.
Last year, 111 seed won. It was Drake beat Missouri 67-57 in the first round. So,
that's right. I remember that.
It can happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. No 2s lost the first round. Did they? No. Okay. But yeah,
I think if they make it to the Elite Eight, that will be a milestone. I think that would be a really good season if they can do that.
yeah, yeah, I think
It's going to
so.
be
Especially
hard.
like you said, because they, that what's his name? Oh God,
Fleming?
yeah, Flemings.
Yeah.
He's really good. But
Oh,
he's
he's
just
really good. And Sinak is really
just
good.
got some
They
learning.
just, yeah, they can't seem to. Some games they put it all together, and some game. Although I have watched 3 games in which they come back and won, but it's like they have a slow start, and they just, I don't know. Sometimes they're just discombobulated all over the place.
Yep.
Not consistent. Not consistent. So you never know what night who's going to bring it and who isn't. But I'm still excited that they're a 2 seed, and
Oh
I'm
yeah.
rooting for them. So
Well, it'll be the only time of the year I watch college basketball. So,
it's exciting in March.
I
Really
do
exciting.
know who is it that's on like a long winning streak? Miami of Ohio.
Right.
Yeah. That would be somebody I would probably pick first couple rounds. And then Arkansas could surprise some people too. Just from what I gathered and read and watched and shit like that. Again, I'm not an expert by any stretch, but yeah. Shock, what's up, Shock? Shock said University of Maryland, Baltimore County to the Sweet 16. University
Hey,
of
Shock.
Maryland, Baltimore County. Is that a thing?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. Miami of O just lost. Did they really? Well, there goes that. See, that's why you don't listen to me, because I don't know shit about college basketball. Let's see. Scoring is inconsistent. Where was the NCAA men? The play-in tournament's going on right now, right? Is it, or does it start tomorrow?
Yeah, it's. I tell you what, there's a lot of good. A lot of those first seed teams are, and second seed teams are really good. It's, I know that everybody expects Duke to win the whole thing, but I don't know.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Arizona's
UMBC plays
Arizona's
Howard.
really, really good, huh?
UMBC plays Howard. What Shock was talking about, University of Maryland, Baltimore County. They play Howard for a 16 seed. Again, I bitch about this every year, but if there's 4 teams that should be considered for an 11 seed, why in the fuck are all 4 teams not in? It does not make any sense to me that any of these 4 teams,
No.
North Carolina State and Texas, are playing each other in the play-in game to be an 11 seed. SMU and
Right.
Miami of Ohio are playing each other to be an 11 seed. Meanwhile, Lehigh, Prairie View, UMBC, and Howard are all playing to be 16 seeds. Why are those in and the other
That
two 11
doesn't make any
seeds?
sense.
It's
It
the
doesn't make any. I
stupidest.
don't get it.
I hate it every year. This is the part where I'm like, yeah, it makes no sense. No one has had a good explanation for me yet. They always say, well, it's so that everybody can get in. Somebody representing this. Why? For what? So they can get bounced? Nah, it's stupid. I hate it. It's the
Especially
dumbest part
for
of
the
the whole
11th.
tournament.
You would think, why the 11th? Why not the 10th? Why not the 12th? What, I don't know. I guess
Don't
I
understand
just,
it. Don't get it. But
anyway, it'll be
they
fun.
did. They lost the tournament to UMass. They went 31-1. Miami of Ohio did. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's right. I remember they were on the run. They had one more win to go undefeated,
Yep.
which hadn't
And lost
happened
to
in a
UMass.
long, long time.
What up, Walt? All right, Mother, I'm going to get to some sports. It's so
All
good
right,
to catch
honey,
up
I'll
with
be
you. Thank you for
watching.
doing the show.
Bye, everybody. Good to see
Bye.
everybody again.
All right, Mother. Love you.
Love you. Talk
Bye.
to you soon.
That is JennyIsMom, everybody. My favorite part of this show. She's so fun, so funny, so great. I'm so glad she got to go to Egypt. That was I was happy because she didn't want to do it, and I'm so glad she got to do it. What is this? Oh, Stout said, "Don't duck me, Barry." He said, "How about St. John's and Rick Pitino? St. John's absolved his sins." So forget about the bathroom sex. I'm not ducking you. I really just, I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you how good or bad St. John's is. I literally, Stout, I don't watch soccer, but I definitely don't watch college basketball. And we go through this every year as to why, because there's usually newer people that come around the show. But I just think the quality of play and it's just it's not something that I enjoy. And if you really think about it, you're only really watching in the entirety of men's college basketball. There's about 7 to maybe 15 next level caliber players. Because once you get outside of the top 15 or 20 in the NBA draft, it's a complete crapshoot. You just don't know. And I get it. There's exceptions. There's always exceptions. But for the most part, if you have the 30th pick in the NBA draft or the 10th pick in the second round, most likely that's never going to materialize into anything. So that's what you're watching. These are the big men on campus at some of these schools. So for me, it's just you're literally watching just a bunch of kids, just a bunch of dudes. And that's just not my thing. I mean, sure, some of the games are exciting, especially when you get to March Madness. And there are certain, I used to like to watch Duke, North Carolina every year when it mattered and was good. U of H is obviously exciting being in Houston. So every once in a while I'll sit down and watch a game when I can. But college basketball has just never been my thing. The level of competition is just not great. Just not great. For me. Donna said she missed JennyIsMom. We all did. Alex said, okay, you have to pick to watch NBA game or college hoops. NBA. I would watch NBA all day, every day, Alex. All day, every day. And by the way, I just want to say shout out to Uriel Villanueva, who is joining us from vacation. He is the Cal Ripken of Barry on Deck. He has only missed like one show in the entirety of 1,041 plus. He's only missed one. So he is on vacation and he is watching, and his wife probably hates his guts. But I appreciate it. Love you, Uriel. So, yeah, I don't know. I would like to know this though. I do care about what y'all think. So in the chat, just type who you think is, give me your Final Four and winner. I don't need all your brackets and Sweet Six, but type in your Final Four and, who you think is going to win it all. I would like to see that. Here is the final bracket. If you haven't seen it or you didn't watch Selection Sunday, Duke is the 1 seed in the East. Florida is the 1 seed in the South. Arizona, the 1 seed in the West. And, did I miss? Yeah, Michigan, the 1 seed in the Midwest. So, those are your 1 seeds. And let's see, the tournament, the actual real tournament, not that bullshit first round play-in, participation trophy crap. The actual tournament starts on March 19th, so it'll start in 3 days. The first 4 horseshit starts tomorrow. Tomorrow. Big Stout said, oh shit, I haven't put that much thought into it. Well, then just go chalk. Just go all ones, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I told Alice last pick Houston selects Walt Walker. Yeah, I don't know. Look, I get why people love the tournament. It's fun to watch. There's always upsets and buzzer beaters and all that shit, but I don't know how people endure regular season college basketball. It's just crazy to me. But some people just absolutely love it. It's their favorite sport. Total Dallas said Michigan, Arizona, Houston, and Duke. And Michigan wins it all. I have heard, I have seen people picking Michigan to win it all. So yeah, there was I get a newsletter from The Athletic, and I think that was one of the ones that surprised me a little bit, was that Michigan, apparently they're really good this year. But again, I'm the wrong one to be looking at for college basketball picks. I'm trying to see something here. Oh, I didn't show the first 4, so let me just do it. There it is. It's NC State. Oops. NC State and dadgummit. There we go. NC State, Texas, SMU, Miami of Ohio. That's your 11 seed play-ins. And then it's Howard and UMBC and Lehigh and Prairie View for your 16 seed play-ins. First game, March 17, 5:40. Howard and now I know UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore County. That's who we need. That's who we need playing college. But you see, and I love your shock, but literally no one wants to watch that. I guess maybe they do. I don't know. They call me crazy. Lot of other shit going on in the world of sports. God, it's already 4:08. We almost spent an hour with Jenny. That is awesome. Lots of activities going on. Couple of notes from your headlines. Well, first and foremost, the World Baseball Classic, WBC. Well, look who's moving on to the championship. Just when we thought they were on the brink. Just when we thought all hope was lost for USA, Team USA in the World Baseball Classic, they go and get a terrible strike zone call against the Dominican Republic. Not once, but a couple of times to advance. And look, I fully expected the Dominican Republic to beat that team. It was close, 2-1. They got Skeens gave up one home run, and 4 2/3 of an inning. And I think that it was a home run, but that set a record for the WBC with like 15 long balls for the Dominican Republic. And that was partly why I was like, man, that's gonna be tough. That team offensively was tough. But yeah, Americans move on. We shall see. I think tonight is the other one. Did you notice Team Italy was Team USA B team? Oh, that is kind of funny. Let's see. Where did it go? MLB tonight, 7:00. Venezuela and Italy square off for the other half of the championship. You got Kieter Montero and Aaron Nola. Yeah, there's part of what Stout was talking about, that USA B team, Aaron Nola. Not that Nola's not fantastic, but yeah, the Venezuelan lineup is really, really good. Who's pitching for them again? Who did I say? Oh yeah, Kieter Montero. I still expect Venezuela to win, but dude, Italy's rolling. Italy hasn't lost yet in the tournament. Venezuela lost to Dominican Republic, but Italy has beaten everybody that they have faced. Brazil, Great Britain, the U.S., Mexico, and Puerto Rico. So pretty strong. I mean, some of those, nobody really expects Brazil and Great Britain to be good at baseball, just like Venezuela beating the Netherlands and Israel. Kind of the same thing. But they beat Japan. They lost to the Dominican Republic, but that Venezuela team, really stout. I hate that I can't click the links on ESPN. I just wanted to see the lineups, and you can't. It's so stupid. So also tonight, if you're a basketball fan, you got a big game between the Rockets and the Lakers. Houston favored by 1.5. That game's at home, but Houston's favored by 1.5 there. But that'll be an interesting game. LA's rolling. LA has looked good as of late. And we talked about a little bit of LA a little bit last week. We talked about probably not deep enough to get it done in the playoffs, but they thus far they have held their own in the regular season. They currently sit at 10.5 back. Rockets are 11, so they're a half game up on the Rockets in the Western Conference. LA's Lakers are 42-25, Rockets are 41-25. Virtually even. Although to me, part of that difference is LA has fared a little bit better on the road, but the Rockets have a little bit better point differential, mainly because of their defense. So, should be good. It should be a good one, especially if you're a Rockets fan. And we have plenty of those in the chat. So if you're looking for something to watch, don't want to watch World Baseball Classic, give the old Lakers Rockets game a go. That starts at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 8:30. 8:30. Late start. So people in LA can watch it. I hate that. They're going to start at 8:30 when normally they start at 7. And don't give me that, well, it's going to be on national television. There is no more national television, okay? It's all streaming shit. It's going to be on Peacock and NBCSN. It's not on ESPN. It's not on CBS. It's not on none of that. None of that. So they play Monday, March 16th. It's today, Houston and LA. They're both off on Tuesday. And then they play again. I don't know why the NBA does this. I think it's kind of stupid, honestly. But then they play again, same time, but this time it's on ESPN. Still a home game for the Rockets. So both teams will play twice here in Houston tonight and Wednesday night. Both games start at 8:30. And then when you fast forward to March 20th on Friday, once the Rockets play again, guess what? 7 o'clock start here at home. And I get it. It's LA. It's a huge market. But you know what? Fuck them. Stay up late. Because when the Rockets travel to LA and play, they don't move the game around so that the fourth largest city in the country can go to bed at a decent hour to see the games. They don't do that. Makes me angry. Are they on SCHN? Good question. It doesn't say that, but that doesn't mean they're not. Let me look. Yep. Watching options. NBC Sports Network. There we go. Watching options. NBC Sports Network, Peacock, Space City Home Network, Spectrum Sports Net Plus, Spectrum Sports Network, and then I guess there's some other viewing options. So that's tonight's game. Like I said, Rockets favored by 1.5 according to ESPN. Wednesday's game supposedly on ESPN and Spectrum Sportsnet. So not on Space City Home Network for the Wednesday game. And then, of course, the Friday game, I'm sure the Hawks, it gets all back to normal. 7 o'clock start, Space City Home Network. Oh, no, it's NBA TV. I'll be damned. But it is still Space City Home Network. FanDuel Sports Network Southeast? That's crazy. Yeah, so it'll be back on. It's on NBA TV and it's on SCHN. And then they have a back-to-back, March 20th and March 21st. So, love you. Hey, love you, Uriel. Much love, pimp. Enjoy your vacay, my friend. So Dallas said it's on the WB. Real quick, I just want to say shout out and a thank you from the bottom of my congested heart to everybody that came out on Friday to the Punchline to see me headline. Really appreciate all the deckheads and deckettes that came out. I don't want to list every name because I 1000% will forget somebody. And that is my worst fear, is that you guys are kind enough and supportive enough to come out and then I don't actually acknowledge one of you, but I acknowledge everybody else. That would be the worst for me. So it's just easier to say thank you to everybody than to thank everybody individually and forget someone. You get it? You dig? It was a very fun night. I had a blast. Didn't have the greatest set in the world, and that's okay because I would say I did an hour of material, and I would say probably 40 minutes of it I had never done before, like ever. That's about 20 minutes that I had done, and some of it maybe like once or twice, or they were old jokes that I just kind of mixed into the flow. But I had promised people if they came out, I would have new material. And so, typical comedy set for a headliner is 45 minutes. So I did 40 minutes of newly written, never been done before material. Some of it worked. Some of it kind of worked. Some of it didn't work at all. And everybody just stared at me. And that's good. It was, as a comic, you hate it when stuff doesn't work, especially on a show like that. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. And scared money don't make money. And you can't be great by not taking risk. So, it was exhilarating and fun. And I still think everybody had a good time at the show because, all of the comics before me absolutely killed. All of them crushed. Everybody did a 15-minute set. There was 4 of them. That's a great point, Total Dallas. Total Dallas said, was FJ there? He's the Uriel Villanueva of live shows. Nope, he wasn't at this one. But plenty of folks there, tons of support, and had a blast. Family came, friends came, friends and fans. Had a great time. So, again, thank you to everybody. If you got a picture, if we took a picture together, send me a copy if it's on your phone, because I have some. I'm going to be posting them here in the next day or so when I get a chance to finish going through everything. But if you get a chance and we took a photo together, send it to me, please. Like I have on my phone, I have this one, for example. That is Walt, Sydney, Kenise, and Nitra, and some white dude. But yeah. So if you got photos, if we had photos together, send them to me, please. Donna, I got a great photo of us that Mike Jackson took. Oh my God, it's so great. In fact, let me see. I loved it so much. Let's see. See if it pops up. Because I had Mike Jackson come out, my guy. And he is, some of y'all know Mike, he's been on the show before, former UFC fighter, local MMA fighter. He does a lot of photography. And he took photos at the last one I was at, or the last time I headlined the Punchline. So I had him come back out because he takes great photos. Let's see. There we go. Save in photos. Photos. Where the fuck did it go? Oh, kiss my... Oh, there it goes. Recently saved. Bitch. There we go. That'll work. Close enough. It's a little blurry because I did. But look at that. I love it. So send me your photos, please. I'm going to put together a little album from that night. So I can put it on socials. Much appreciated. That would be fantastic. Because I don't have a ton. Most of them were taken with y'all's phones. So do me that solid. And send me your photos. But no, thanks again to everybody that came out. Had a pretty good turnout. I want to say we got close to 80. Which, that is amazing. That is absolutely amazing, especially when you consider I really didn't even start marketing the show until Tuesday. Just because I've mostly been on ships for the last month. So didn't have a lot of chance and opportunity to do so. So, yeah, had a great time. Hope everybody did too. I'll get that 45 minutes that I wrote polished up. And so next time you come out, you'll get to see the iteration of those jokes and how they've evolved into actually being funny. I mean, some of them I'll probably drop. It sounds crazy to say this. Sometimes you got to kill your babies. You got to go all Andrea Yates on them jokes. and just drown them hoes because they don't work. It's a terrible analogy. You know what? I got some jokes that don't work and some bad analogies. But yeah, sometimes you just got to get rid of them. And then Saturday night, I was in Fredericksburg, Texas. Now, this person I can thank, Cisco, my dog, my ace, Francisco. Not only is he responsible and the reason why I was there Saturday night, but he came to the show, brought his amazing wife, who I finally got to meet, and a care package, which Cisco care packages are the best. I mean, they're mostly alcohol related, which is amazing. A couple of cigars mixed in, which, by the way, Cisco, cigars, already gone. Enjoyed the hell out of them, man. Thank you so much. Got a new bottle of, oh shit, I don't have it in here. I'm bringing it here. Got a new bottle of E.H. Taylor. Oh, amazing. And so much amazing wine. And, but good news is that the night went so well that theater now wants to do it quarterly. Because it was kind of a test run. I mean, it was never said it was a test run, but I knew. But we had 157 people in the building, 156 tickets sold, one comp. I guess the theater gave some dude who writes for the Family Guy who lives in Fredericksburg. I guess he wanted to come out. I'm like, you probably have more money than anybody in the theater. Why are we giving you a ticket? But Duke came out. Everybody had a great time. Show was great. Jerry Wayne Lohmeyer headline. Kanice was the feature. I hosted it. And yeah, it was great. So I'm really looking forward to doing it again. Next show will be in July. And the goal is to get to a half a sellout. The theater holds like 400. So the fact that we were at 156, I really think we can get to 200. That's the goal. And then eventually we'll sell that whole place out. So that'll be awesome. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, it was a great crowd out there in Fredericksburg. A lot of fun. Everybody had a great time. All right, enough about me. Yeah, Donna, I will post it on socials, I promise. No, Cisco did not heckle. He did not. No. He knew better. He absolutely knew better. By the way, Heartthrob, thank you for resubscribing, man. I did not miss it. Just way late, but 42 minutes ago, Heartthrob resubscribed for 43 months now. Amazing. All right. We talked a little WBC. We talked some tourney. JennyIsMom. I think I got all the headlines in. Oh, the Jets are trading Fields to the Chiefs for picks. Justin Fields on the move again, headed to the Chiefs. What do they get in return for him? 'Wow, that's it. 2027 6th round pick. Interesting. He says Fields wanted to continue his career, although other teams were interested in acquiring him. But good to have a backup, I guess. That's what he is. He's always been a backup. Even when he was a starter, he was still a backup. Trying to catch up on free agency here. Let's see. Bag of nickels. You sound kind of bitter, Dubs. Oh my God. I know exactly what you're talking about. That was that 15-6 or the ESPN show. You're talking about the two ladies at the table. I thought you were talking about the roast when everybody was talking loud. You're talking about those two ladies at the table that just wouldn't shut the fuck up on Friday night. Oh my God. To me, that's worse. Right? So here, it's a great question, Walt. It's a great comedy question. What's worse, a heckler or somebody that's just loud talking to each other and shouting shit out, not like you suck, but trying to finish your punchline for you, or just like, I know that's right, I sure do hate it. You're like, what? Shut the fuck up. To me, the oblivious loud talker is 1,000 times worse than a heckler. And here's why. Because when somebody heckles, you're not funny, say something funny, you suck, I can retaliate with no risk, really, of losing the crowd or being the bad guy in that scenario, because they started it, right? But when you just have someone that's obliviously loud talking or just shouting things that are not mean heckling, because any form of communication with the comedian is heckling, but it wasn't malicious, but it's still disruptive. It still fucks up my flow. It fucks up everybody around you. And so to me, that's way worse, because you have to kind of be careful about how you shut it down. First you'd be like, hey, ladies, could y'all stop? And I'm not the most patient person. I think we all know that. And a lot of times I'm just like, hey, would you shut the fuck up? I'm working up here. Now I made a joke with him the first time. I was like, look, I got ADHD. I can't focus. Y'all are talking. I want to hear what you're saying, but I got to remember what I'm saying. And I made a call back a couple times, and everybody was kind of on board, but they didn't stop. They kept doing it. And then finally you're just like, hey, shut the fuck up. Just stop talking. Why are you? Shut up. Please shut up. And it's really, you're not, you're just going to kind of look like a jerk. And those, a lot of times too, it can lead to, y'all got to go. If you're going to do that, you're disrupting everybody, because everybody here is paid to be here. You are disrupting everybody. Sucks. No one gets mad when you're like, attack a heckler who attacked you. You know what I mean? No one gets mad at that. At the very least, people may not like what you said, but at least they kind of understand it or get it. They're like, okay, well, I mean, you started it. He shouldn't have said those things about your mama, but he started it. So, And JB said, them bitches was talking all damn night, getting on my wife's eyes nerves. Yeah. Walt said that's what I was thinking, because the talker can be innocent, but the heckler can get it. Exactly. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And it's happened. Like, I don't think I've ever had, and there's a trick as a comic when you have somebody that heckles you. And this is something I teach young comics, new comics, inexperienced comics. There's kind of this thing that you learn in a rule that I was taught, that you never ask a heckler to repeat themselves. Okay. But you always repeat what the heckler said before you attack them. Because if not everybody hears all the heckles and everything that's going on. Because if you're like in a big room, or, they might say something to you, you hear it, and the tables immediately around them hear it, but nobody else in the venue has heard it. So if somebody were to say something like, you're just not funny, right? And they don't say it loud, you'd be like, well, fuck you, bitch. And then everybody else is like, what is going on right now? Why is he attacking that person for no reason? God, this guy's a jerk. So you always have to be like, hold up. For those of you that didn't hear what they just said in the back, they just said that I wasn't funny and I should quit and find a day job. And then you can go, well, your mom's a hoe, or whatever your comeback is going to be. So you always have to repeat what they said to you before you attack them. Just a golden rule. That way, everybody in the building's on the same page at least. Because you don't want to be, the crowd's already turning on you, and because they don't know what was said, right? Now, I say never ask a heckler to repeat themselves. That's especially for like younger, newer comics, less experienced. I'll do it. But it's because I'm confident in myself on stage to be able to clap back and win. Because either two things are going to happen. One, I'm going to win with my words, or I'll just have you kicked out. I'll just have you kicked the fuck out. Just, hey, you got to get the fuck out. You got to go. I'm not in the mood for this. I don't feel like arguing with you. I don't feel like going back and forth with you. Get out. And especially if you think, because look, there are funny people. There are quick-witted people. There are mean people that don't do comedy that are just in the crowd. And you're not about to get the best of me for the next 15, 20 minutes. I'll just have you kicked out. I win. I've only done that like twice in 13 years. Ask somebody to leave. Both times it was at the joke joint. I think. Donna said, crowd doesn't want that noise. Like literally and figuratively. Nobody wants that. What's up, Chuck? Good to see you, pimp. Yeah, nobody wants that. It's so crazy to me because this still happens to this day after a show. Especially with hecklers and super ultra talkative people that are always saying things to the comedian on stage. Inevitably, I would say at least 80% of them will come up after the show and say one of the following. They'll either come up and be like, hey, I was just playing. I was just helping. No, you weren't. Yeah, I was helping. That's what that's what you want, right? No. I haven't spent 13 years honing my craft and trying to be as the best version of me on stage that I can be for the crowd and for my fans. For you to come in and throw me an assist? What the fuck? You gonna go on the road with me, you dumb fuck? No, you're not helping. It's never helped. It's never helped. The only way it helps is when you've now forced me to make you look like a fucking asshole. And some people love that. That's why they think it helps. Some people love the, either the back and forth or just being shit on by a comedian. They're like, haha, that was great. I helped, right? No, you made me mad. Like, you made me angry. Trust me. 9 times out of 10. Friday's show was an exception, but I announced that I would be doing all new material. For the most part, if I'm doing, especially when I'm headlining, which is most of the time, if I'm doing a 45-minute set, chances are 40 minutes of it is polished. I know it works. It works almost every single time, no matter the room. So I don't need your help. Like, I've been doing this. It just drives me crazy when people are like, well, I was helping. You guys like that, right? No, we don't. And then the other thing they'll say is like, if you have, this happens a lot when you have people kicked out. They're like, we were just laughing. That's all we were just laughing and they kicked us out. No, the fuck you weren't. Like, if I'd have had those two ladies that wouldn't shut the fuck up kicked out, that's what they would have wrote in their 1-star review of the venue. They kicked us out. First of all, that comedian sucked. He wasn't funny, which they were probably right that night. But then they're like, all we were doing was laughing and they kicked us out. In the history of comedy clubs, no one has ever been kicked out for just laughing. I promise you. That's like going to a ball game and then you yell some racist shit at somebody and they throw you out like, we were just cheering. Nope. Yeah, Cisco, somebody asked, you missed all my thank yous and everything, but somebody asked if you heckled. I was like, no, he didn't heckle. But his wife wouldn't shut. No, I was kidding. No, y'all were great. Y'all were awesome. What up, Tony? Tony said, when I'm at the opera, I start singing along, and I know for a fact it adds to the show. What up, Tony? First of all, good to see you back. Second of all, yeah, that's exactly the same thing. You don't go to a concert and be like, hey, let me hop up on stage with you and play a little. Fucking no. No. Now, they may have you sing along, but that's music. It's crazy. Also, comedy is I think the one art form where everyone thinks they can do it. Well, I shouldn't say everyone. Most people, a lot of people think that I could do that. It's kind of like sports talk radio. A lot of sports fans think they can do sports talk radio. They think it's easy. I talk sports every day with my buddies. I could do that. Okay. Sure you can. By all means, go be interesting, entertaining, funny, knowledgeable, self-aware, keeping the show moving, all of those things. Because that's all the stuff you have to do at the bar when you've slammed 50 schlitz. And it's the same thing with comedy. People are like, well, my friends think I'm funny. I was thinking about doing open. I get that a lot after a show. People are like, oh, man, I love the show. I'm like, thanks. I really appreciate you coming out. Yeah. I've been thinking about doing open mic. I'm funny. Okay. Sure. But people will do that, after a show when they're heckling or whatever, like, I was just helping. I'm funny. I should do comedy. I'm like, well, go do it. Go do it. Go do it in another city in front of 250 people and no one knows. Here, matter of fact, do it on a cruise ship. Get on a cruise ship, 700 people in the crowd, all walks of life. No two people in that room are the same, and make them all laugh. It ain't the same as telling your friends your inside jokes and the stories over and over again. It's completely different. But for some reason, people think they can do this job. Crazy to me. I think comedy, in my opinion, and this is a guy who wanted to be a music producer for a very long time, but it's, in my opinion, the hardest art form. Now, I can't draw or paint, so that's a different kind of difficulty for me. But as far as like entertainment, I think it's the most difficult. What? Oh, Cisco said, did you show the haul? No, because I already put it up in the wine rack. I smoked the cigars already, and the whiskey is still in the container, in the whiskey. In my bar. But I told him about the haul, but I didn't show it. I'd have to go get it all out of the wine rack, and no. But Nora and I did commit to drinking one of the big bottles this Saturday. So no one try to reach out to me on Saturday. I will be shit-faced. Yeah, funny at a barbecue is not stage level fun. Yeah, funny down at the, funny on a golf cart because it's you and three of your friends is not the same. Uriel said, I'm back. I might as well get in trouble. Hilarious. Yo, what up, Jacob? Houston is cold and windy right now. I was a little worried we may not get a show. We lost lights last night and this morning. And I was a little worried. Y'all know how it is around here. If you fart, lights go out. And I was worried that with all this wind and shit, I was like, oh boy, this is not good. But so far, so good. We haven't lost lights yet. Just the two of y'all drinking one Magnum is the equivalent of each of you drinking a whole bottle. Oh, we're going to be shit-faced in the best way. Oh, that means I'm going to be really hungover on Sunday, though. Damn. She already, like, once I showed her the haul, she immediately went and bought, like, cheeses, and she's going to do a whole charcuterie board. You have inspired that woman, Cisco. Hey, what up, Christian? Jacob said, damn, weather in Eugene today got a bit warm. We hit 70 for the first time in forever. It was 45 this morning here in Houston, Jacob. 45 degrees. What is it right now? Let's see. It is currently 53 degrees out there in Spring, Texas. We're having a red flag warning. I don't even know what that means. Red flag warning. Not a local red flag. Let's see. We were going through. Charlie Heck signed with the Dolphins. Congrats, heartthrob. Safety Andrew Wingard to a 1-year contract with the Cardinals. Let's see. Are there any other big moves that I missed? There's the trade we already talked about. Jeremy Nichols headed back to Washington, I should say. New Cowboys edge Rashawn Gary agreed to a pay cut as part of a trade from Green Bay, dropping his compensation to $16 million. Let's see. Anything else? Goddard returns to the Eagles. Panthers re-sign safety Nick Scott. No. Yo, Total Dallas. Thank you for the $2 super chat, my friend. He said center point tip. Fuck him. Appreciate you, pimp. Uriel said it's 84 degrees here in Fort Pierce. Where is Fort Pierce at? Fort Pierce. Oh, Florida. Lovely Florida. Let's see. What coast is that? The west coast of Florida or east? East coast. Okay. So it's near Vero Beach. Okay. Gotcha. You doing a little spring training? Uriel, you going to go check out a spring training game? Eh? Is ya? Eh? Maybe so. Man, I didn't realize how close the Bahamas are to Florida. That's just crazy. I always forget about that. It's so close. So close. Just like Cuba. Let's see. East Coast. Yeah. Red flag is windy fire weather warning. Oh. Okay. Yesterday we had 200 miles separated tornado watch from a band of snow in the state. Jeez. Mother Nature is clearly drunk. Yeah, no shit. Oh, I'm trying, Jacob. I'm trying to stay warm up in this bitch. Let's see. All right, I got it. I'm really not seeing anything. No. Let me go back up here for the Texans and see what other moves they may have done. Let's see. Vero has beautiful beaches. Oh, okay. Houston Texans free agency tracker. Where is the... Oh, here we go. Extensions, Trent Brown, Daniil Hunter, Ed Ingram, Dalton Schultz, EJ Speed, MJ Stewart. Unrestricted free agent signings, Reed Blankenship, Logan Hall, Jake Hummel, Dominique Robinson, Braden Smith, Evan Brown, Foster Morrow. And unrestricted free agents that they signed: a tight end, a center guard, O lineman, and Braden Smith. He'll probably play right tackle. A defensive end, a linebacker, a defensive end, and a safety. So definitely focused on defense. And their extensions, they did extend their right tackle Trent Brown. But yeah, I got Hunter extended, Ingram. So, let's see. Re-signed Naquan Jones, Sheldon Rankins, and then traded for David Montgomery and that punter from the Saints, Kai Krager. Christian said you're a Texans fan. Yes, I'm a football fan, but yes, I live in Houston, born and raised. So always been a Texans fan. What is on my lip? It's crazy. Yep. Born and raised. So there you go. There you're updated now with Texans and NFL free agency. don't see any other headlines that I need to cover. Looks like Darius Slay retired. Yep, Darius Slay retired. I did see something that I thought was quite interesting. Anyone but Duke to win the national championship. That's an interesting bet. I was gonna ask if I gave you all the number one seed in each bracket versus the field, which would you take? So if I gave you Duke, Arizona, Michigan, and who was the other one? Hold up. Bracket. Yeah. Duke. Oh, Florida. Duke, Florida, Arizona, and Michigan versus the field to win the March Madness tournament. Who you taking? You taking? That's not the Texans need to do opposite of Cowboys. We're drafting all defensive players. Y'all need offensive linemen. Yeah, true that. Arizona's going to win it all. Okay, so you would take one of those four. Christian said Houston, so you would take the field. SGA running it back as MVP in OKC. It's hard to say no right now. I think Wemby obviously is giving him a challenge. Luka has been having a really solid year. Let's see what the odds are right now. Let's see. NBA MVP odds. I mean, it's got to be. I would be shocked if SGA right now isn't the leader in the clubhouse. Let's see. I'll just pull up the one I bet on, Bovada. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Log me in, you dirty bitch. Log me in. Oh, I forgot I gotta go to my authenticator app. Safety first, kids. Safety first. I've already clicked this trust this browser shit 1,000 times. Does it drive anybody else crazy that every time you go to a website, you have to acknowledge the cookies once again? I'm like, God damn. How many times am I going to have to tell you that, fine, cookies are okay? Or no, I don't want you to track me. No. Still have to do it every fucking time. You know what I don't want? I don't want you to ask me about these goddamn cookies no more. Unless they're real cookies. If you've got chocolate chip cookies, I'm in. Otherwise, leave me the fuck alone. Sports. Oh, I didn't realize I had that much in my account. Daddy's balling. Let's see here. Pull this up together. Look at that. Got a little scratch in there. We've had some good moments as of late on the show, and some bad ones. Let's see, NBA. Oh, I guess I need the NBA futures. They always fuck this up. I swear before God. Let me just move this over here. Sports. NBA. See what I'm talking about? Oh, lines up to 2 in that Lakers-Rockets game. Okay. Where? Oh, game lines, first half, second half, futures. You got to remember that's where that is. I always lose it. Always. What? Oh, Lord. Well, apparently. Yeah, I forgot about Cade Cunningham. We'll just use Yahoo. It's fine. I just want some odds. Fuck. Keep trying to make this difficult. Here are your MVP odds right now. Shea is minus 800. So, as suspected, he is actually improving his odds too, according to this. Movement is up, but Wembanyama's a plus 1600. Cade Cunningham's a plus 2,000. Nikola Jokic a plus 2,000. Jaylen Brown plus 7,500. Luka Doncic plus 10,000. I thought his would have been higher. Anthony Edwards plus 20,000. Donovan Mitchell plus 30,000. So all those numbers have gone down except for Wemby and SGA. Their numbers have gone up. You know what? I like that. I would like to place a bet on Wemby for MVP. What? Jesus. Could Bovada make this any fucking harder? Jesus Christ, this drives me crazy. Oh, there we go. I want to see what the U of H spread is. Let's see. Houston is, goddamn, a 23-point favorite. I don't know if I'd risk that. I think I'd take the 23. That's crazy. Yeah, there's no freaking. I guess tomorrow I'll. Actually, can you put money on the. Once the tournament starts, can you still give? I guess you can. It's just the lines change a little bit. I really wanted to put some scratch on U of H just to win it all. Let's get a little value there. Yeah, I don't see that. Oh well. Let's see. What do we got here? Alabama kid got busted with a bunch of weed a couple days before the tourney starts. So dumb. So who's winning Flopper of the Year award? Alex wants to know. LeBron. Total Dallas said, I'll take number ones this year. If I'm not mistaken, last year it was all number ones that made it to the Final Four. And I think that, I think there's some separation there for sure. Let's see. Final Four. Yep. Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Houston was your Final Four last year. Miami of Ohio running through all these pansies. Miami of Ohio can't even win their state. Wow. Let's see. Those odds definitely account for the amount of games they can miss. Because if Jokic misses one more game, he's disqualified, as well as Wemby. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that, Jacob. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, that's crazy. So they can only miss one more game? Well, now I'm glad I didn't make the Wemby bet, because his skinny ass is definitely missing another game. So Dallas said SGA chased garbage time points to keep his 20-point streak alive. Well, look, if you didn't talk shit about Bam's 84 or whatever it was, 83, I don't want to hear shit about that because it's the same thing. Same thing. Yeah, that's what Amos just said too. Better make sure he's playing or played 65 games before making that bet. Yeah, well, apparently not. Apparently he can only miss one more. So good thing I didn't make that bet. That's why I have you guys here. Jacob said, not sure about Wemby. He's close, but Jokic is down to one game. That's crazy. Well, he's not gonna win it anyways. I mean, hell, Denver's what, 5th in the West? Don't get me wrong. I mean, Jokic is one of one. But I don't think it would be crazy to me to have a team finish 5th or worse in the West. Worst? Worse. 5th or worse in the West and get an MVP. That's crazy talk. What's really crazy is that all the top contenders are in the West. That shows you just how crazy the West is. Well, except for Cade. But Cade's in the East, but that's it. I mean, according to these odds, this varies by source. SGA is either from plus 150 to minus 260. Jokic is plus 350 to plus 450. Kay Cunningham plus 1,000 to plus 6,000. Wembanyama plus 1,200 to plus 2,500. And Luka Doncic plus 380 to plus 10,000. And again, those numbers for Luka probably have to do with games missed, games played. So, Cade might be the only one that could give SGA a run for his money simply because of everybody else missing so many games. How many games has Cade played in? Let's see. I didn't want that. I didn't want that. I wanted Cade Cunningham stats. Oh, excuse me. He has started or played in 60. Played in 60 games. Okay. Played 70 the year before. Before that, he had 62, 12, and 64. So he's played in 60. All right. Interesting. As a majority of the candidates, Shea is like the only one who can win it. Bam was legit. Shut up, Total Dallas. Shut up. Let's go back. Let's see. There we go. Basketball reference. Let's take a gander at the other games played. Let's see. Wemby has played in 52 games. 52. And the boys have played 67, excuse me. They've played in 67. Or the Spurs have played 67 games. Wemby has played in 52. Let's see. 82 minus 67. Did I get that right? 67? Yeah. Okay. So there's 15 games left. Wow. Yeah, so he can only miss 2. Yikes. Yikes. I can see, wouldn't that be crazy if like he's hurt or he's just got like a nagging injury where normally he would sit out, but they'll be like, go out and play 10 minutes. Go out and play 2 minutes. Just go play a minute. And just so he can qualify. That'd be silly. Super silly. Can we talk Dallas sports, specifically their new team in the PCL? Sure. What do you want to talk about? I don't know shit about it, but told Al said load management's the real MVP. Yeah. Can we look at everyone's games played? Yes, I can do that. So I got Wemby for you. Jokic is here. We already looked at Cade's. Oh, come on. And stop it. Shay. Oh, and then we need Luka, right? Yeah, we gotta have a Luka on there. Luka. My name is Luka. I live on the second floor. What the hell are you doing, Laminack? What is she doing? It's okay. So Luka's played in 55 games. Shea has played in 56. That's the leader. 60 for Cade. Jokic is 52. And then Wemby. Wemby. What did I tell you Wemby was? 52. Now we need to look at team games. We know what the Spurs have done. Denver's played in 68 games. Okay. So they have what? 82 minus 68 equals 14 games left. Luka's played in 55. LA has played 67. So they have 15 left. So Luka's in good shape. He can miss 10 games? No, 5 games. Excuse me. Shea's played in 56. OKC has played 68. And then Cade's played 60 games. And Detroit has played 67. So he's only missed 7 games. How many has Shea missed? What did we say? 56, 68. Okay. So Shea's missed 12. Interesting. Can we preview the USL season? No. Cisco said the PCL. I thought you were talking about the Pacific Coast League. PCL is the Professional Cheer League. That's a thing? PCL Construction. PCL Cheer. Oh, it's the Pro Cheer League. Yeah, Professional Cheer League. Wow. Beats all I've ever seen. I'll tell you that daggum much. Look at that. History starts now. Nashville Championship tickets on sale. Here we go. There's the teams. Atlanta. The Atlanta Air. The Dallas Drive. The Golden State Grit. And the Miami Metal. And they all have the alliteration. I did hear, Cisco, that in the Professional Cheer League that they are expanding next season. The Houston Hoes will be added to the mix. Yep. This is crazy. They got shop. Oh, what can I buy from the Atlanta Air? Oh, they got the logo and, well, look at that. Okay. Let's go see the Dallas gear. Let's see. Dallas Drive Shop. Big old D on her chest. All right. You're being petty. You're being silly. Hey, nice D. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I don't think I would buy any of this. Shop gear. Out of your league. Oh, you tell them, dude. Oh, Total Dallas, you could get you a crop top, brother. Let's see here. Wow. They got the logo and everything. Golden State Grit. Oh, they got the GGs on there. Okay. Yeah, this is not what. Oh, there's the Miami Metal. Okay. Well, and we did that as a squad. I've seen some limber strippers from what I've heard. John Dorier says nope. He's been banned. All right, Flip. Love you, pimp. I thought he was talking about a torn ligament in my knee. What? Oh, the PCL. Can we preview the UFL season? No. God, no. Houston Hose. Inappropriate Truman. What? What? You have to have the alliteration. What else is it going to be? Huh? Pew pew? What else is it going to be? If not the Houston, every other team in the professional cheer league has the alliteration in their name. So if Houston gets the team, what's it going to be? Huh? Exactly. Golden State Grannies. He said, I didn't say inaccurate. I just said inappropriate. Okay. Fair enough. We square biz. I spent my money on a one-star kid shirt when I could have had a Dallas Drive shirt. It's so funny. Oh, that makes it better. The Houston Hoochies. It's got to be something about cheer. I don't know. What the Houston humidity. The Houston humidities. That's all I got. I got nothing. If it ain't the Houston Hose, don't bring them to town. Wouldn't it be great, though? If we had a professional cheer team in Houston called the Houston Hose, could you see the arguments? Right? You're arguing with your wife. You were out all night fucking with them hoes, weren't you? Where were you at? I was watching the hoes. You were watching hoes? I was. Crazy. There was so many hoes. So many hoes. Baby, you should have seen the hoes oh my God. Crazy. Them hoes was doing the splits, flips. Crazy. Some high-flying hoes. That'd be great. That'd be a great conversation. All right, let's get out of here. I'm going to go mow the backyard. Actually, no, I'm not. It's fucking cold. I'm just going to go start dinner. I'll mow tomorrow when it warms up, or whenever it warms up. Houston Hose is the name of the pro gardening team. Well done, Cisco. Well done indeed. Yeah. The Houston Hose versus the Dallas Ditches. Ditches be tripping. All right. Hope y'all have fun. I had a great time. Thank you, Alex. I'm glad you had a good time. Uriel, thanks for visiting while on vacay. Shout out to JennyIsMom. Good to have her back. And thank you to each and every one of you for hanging out with me today. Hope you had a good time on the show. I appreciate you all being here. Love you much. Yes, get back to the family, Uriel. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. All right? Let's do it again. We'll get into it. In the meantime, you guys do me 3 favors. Be safe. Be kind. Peace, Perry. And most importantly, love each other. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. And he's making a YouTube video!